doesn't love lavender? And it calms you. So on hot days like this, we all need to relax a little bit as well. Also on Saturday down here at Shell Family Farm is the new Livingston County Farmers Market every Saturday until October. And Regina and her family at Hamlett Lavender Farm are part of that as well. So welcome, Regina. Let's enjoy the demonstration. If anybody has any questions, I can come out with the microphone and Regina will answer your questions.
Thank you, Michelle. Can you hear me? There we go. Okay. I'm not a loud talker, so we'll have to do that. There we go. Thank you. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going to do some lavender cooking. We're going to get started right away. But as I cook, I will also talk about other things besides food, just to help you understand what we're doing here. So we are part of the chamber, and we love it. We get to do fun stuff with them, and they're very supportive of our family farm, so that's awesome. And we joined the board this year, so that was fun to get on the board, and we get to help plan stuff because we like to do that for the community. So our menu today is a lavender caprese board. That's what we're going to start out with. Then we're going to make some lavender lemon caper sauce for chicken, and I brought chicken too to cook. And we're going to also make a lavender honey butter to go on our lavender bread that is already made. And then we're also going to make some lavender chocolate sauce to go on top of strawberries because it's strawberry season, right? Or just ended-ish. It's still kind of strawberry season. So we like to use as fresh and as local and as in-season ingredients as possible. And so I also have some fresh lettuces and radishes from a farm just up the road called Bad Ferry Farm. They have lots of fresh produce throughout the summer, and they run their own market at their farm, so you can stop by there. I tend to get a box of what I call goodies, whatever's in season vegetables every week from them for our family. So that's nice to have friends like that you can get some fresh produce from. So we're going to get started with our lavender caprese board. And of course, caprese is Italian, right? And it's going to be mozzarella cheese, tomatoes. There goes my recipes. Hold on. And basil topped with a lavender balsamic drizzle. So here we go. Thank you. What is that for? Oh, thank you. He's so helpful. I don't even know what he knows what he's doing. All right. Okay, so like I said, I love heirloom tomatoes. I don't know if any of you grow heirloom tomatoes, but they're my favorite tomato. Like everyone has a favorite tomato, right? So I'm gonna use that for the caprese board. Normally you use like a Roma tomato or something like that, but I really like heirloom, so that's what we're using. So we're just gonna put our tomatoes, cut them in slices. I'm trying to talk and cook at the same time, but the mic's over here, so don't get bored while I'm cutting. Be right back. Also, in case you can't tell, I'm not a licensed chef, so this is not like chef quality, but it'll taste really good. Huh? Thank you. Okay, this is a giant tomato. I'm gonna cut it in half because that's a big chunk of tomato, maybe a quarter. All right, can you guys see that pretty purple tomato? That's like my favorite. Oh, and if you stick around to the end, there's some samples of everything we're making, so. So we also serve on a board in the state of Michigan called the Michigan Agritourism Board, and we love that association because they're just very supportive of farmers, especially if you have the public on your property. That's what agritourism is. It's agricultural tourism. So we go and do stuff with them. A lot of the farms in the area are a part of that association as well, and it's been a lot of fun serving with them as well because we do a lot of promoting around the state of all the farms and getting people who are local to visit their farms. So if you come by our booth, we have these directories. It says Michigan Farm Fun on it, and it gives you all the farms in the state of Michigan, including the Upper Peninsula, that you can visit that are a part of our association. There's like almost 300 now, 275, something like that. And they're really It's a great resource. It's fun for the kids to just go from farm to farm and learn what they're doing. And then you can participate like at our farm. You get to come and do U-Pick, or you can do activities, that kind of thing. All right, so we're gonna get the mozzarella cheese next. Okay, so we're just gonna alternate mozzarella cheese, tomato, and then basil. My basil already started to dry the other day, even though I just got it, off the plant. So I'm just gonna kind of chop it up and sprinkle it. Okay, we got our vegetable cheese and herbs on there. Now we gotta make the sauce. So we're gonna take some balsamic vinegar. You can use whatever kind you want. There's cheaper ones, there's more expensive ones, there's like aged ones, whatever works for you. And then, like I said, we like to buy local, so we buy our honey and our syrup from Shell Family Farm because they have both of those. There's lots of local honey. If you need, you just put it on the Pinckney community page and you'll find it. So we're gonna put probably about 1/8 of a cup, a few tablespoons of honey. I'm just winging it right now. Now the trick with lavender, I do use fresh lavender, so this is an example of our culinary lavender that we grow in our field. This was just picked a couple weeks ago when it started to bloom, and then we hang it upside down to dry, and then we will debud it, meaning we'll take all the purple buds off, and that's what we use in our cooking. I gotta find it. There it is. And so I'll put it in a thing like this to use in the kitchen, or we keep them in Ziploc baggies in our lavender shed, and we get them whenever we need them. We also use doTERRA essential oils in our cooking. It's lavender, of course. The reason we like doTERRA is because you can consume it and it's safe. You can put it right on your skin and it's safe. So that's why we picked this brand. We also don't grow enough lavender yet to have our own, but I like to use a combination of both. Like our lavender cookies, I just use the buds. But when it comes to ice cream and stuff, I use the oil because I don't really want to eat a chunk of lavender in my ice cream. I don't know about you. But so we're going to whisk those two together till they kind of come together. And then we're going to give it a couple drops. This stuff is really concentrated. It's another reason I like this brand because you don't have to use a whole lot. And it smells amazing. So we're just going to kind of give it a couple shakes like that. And then put it back in our balsamic vinegar squeeze bottle. Some of the more expensive balsamics can be really thick too. So if you need to add a little bit of water or a little bit of vinegar to it to help it thin out for this, because you'll want to like drizzle it. But also it's kind of nice to have a thicker one. You can do it with a spoon and drizzle it over there. So then we're just gonna give it a little good squirt right there. And we're gonna sprinkle a few lavender buds on top for color. It's like a lavender confetti. All right, so I don't know if you can see, but that is our lavender caprese board. Woo, yay! And it tastes and is dripping everywhere, but it's fine. It tastes amazing. And at the end, I'll cut all this up and put out sample plates for you guys. So we're gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna clean up just a bit and then we'll head into our, we gotta get cooking on the chicken so that it's done for our ending part. Okay, does anyone have any questions so far about anything? got Lavender, Life, Pinckney. If you do, you can ask Michelle. That's not going back up there. I've been in the field for a few days. My knees don't want to bend anymore. They're rebelling. Oh, I did want to put a plug in for the lemonade over there, Sip and Smile. So they're right over there, straight by the sidewalk back there. Their lemonade is fresh and delicious. And I had to go borrow gloves from them, so I forgot my gloves today. But they're at our farmer's market every week, so I get to get lemonade every week. And one of these tubs is only $5, which I think is a good deal because I'm not gonna be able to drink all that, so I'm gonna have to share it with one of my kids or my husband or something. All right, so we're gonna start cooking our chicken. So when we use chicken at our house, we like chicken thighs the best. Well, I do, and since I'm the cook, that's what we eat. And I like to use stainless steel pans when I'm cooking because they're easy to clean, and I know that they're going to be all the way clean when I clean them. It doesn't leave any residue on your food, and it heats more evenly when you're cooking. So stainless steel and steel wool are my friends. So we're going to put a little olive oil in the pan and start cooking our chicken. I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit here. Normally I cook it on like medium high, depending on how high the burner is. And let me get my chicken. Didn't hear it sizzle, so it's not hot enough, but we're gonna work with it. So we want this to cook down because we want it to stick a little bit actually, because later we're gonna deglaze the pan and get all those nice, good little bits up off the bottom of the pan. I think I brought enough to feed the whole park here. And of course it's raw chicken, so I'm going to throw away these gloves right away. All right, I'm gonna put it on high, get it going here. While that cooks, we'll make the sauce. Be right back. Okay, I know that we have lemon juice at the store, which is great. I love using lemon juice, but I prefer fresh lemon and fresh oranges as much as possible. And if you didn't know, our lavender cookies that we make at our farm are my grandma Doderline's recipe. It was her sugar cookie recipe, and I turned it into a lavender cookie, and she uses orange in her recipe. So that's what our lavender cookies have. But I always like to zest my citrus and juice it for whatever recipe instead of using all the dried and bottled stuff. I think the fresh just tastes really good. When I zest, I use a micro plane thing, like a micro zester, because it gets it really tiny. Again, I don't want to bite down on a big chunk of something that, you know, like I don't want to hit a big piece of lemon. So, and I don't know about you guys, but when I get my produce home, or a couple days later, whenever I get a chance, I will wash them in vinegar and water. I just let it sit in the sink for like 5 minutes and then rinse them off, let them dry, and then I feel like I can trust it more no matter what, whether I can buy organic or not. It's all good, and it smells so good up here right now with the lemon. So all the essential oil on the lemon is in the right here, the peel. It's not the peeling, but the outer layer. It's not the pith either. You don't want that. You don't want the white part of the lemon, just the yellow. All right, so we zested our lemon. Now we're gonna juice it. I would like to take a poll with the people that are here. I juice it a certain way, and my husband thinks it goes the other way. Does it go in the juicer this way, or does it go in the juicer this way? Like, what do you guys say? I feel like it's the first way, because it fits in there. My husband thinks it's the other way, because then it pushes it all the way through. So, you know, whatever. If he wants to come to a cooking demonstration, he can. Love you, honey, if he's watching online. He's at home working in the field, so I shouldn't be so mean. So I'm juicing my lemon here for our lemon caper, lavender chicken. We got one little seed in there, so I'm gonna take it out because nobody wants that. That's not tasty. There we go. If it's food, it's not littering, right? Just making sure, because I think the township supervisor's over there. Okay, so we have our lemon juice, and now I have to look at my menu. It's full of balsamic vinegar now. That's when you know you're really cooking. Okay. We're gonna add a little extra virgin olive oil. And we're gonna mince up a shallot. This is, if you never used a shallot, it's kind of like a garlic onion. So it has garlicky taste. It grows like a bulb, like a garlic. But it's kind of a mild flavor, which I prefer. I'm not a huge onion fan. I don't mind it if it's cooked. But I don't want, a giant chunk of onion in my food. So if you see, it kind of looks like an onion and a garlic all in one. There we go. Whew. By the way, this person to my right is Nicole. She doesn't want me to say anything, but she's here. She works with us on the farm. She's also a family friend, and she's a missionary to Japan. So she'll be moving there permanently soon, although that makes me really sad, but also I'm super happy for her. She accepts tips and Venmo, and I'm just kidding. I'm not, though. The chicken's finally cooking. Oh, something exciting that we also get to do is we are part of the Greenfield Village Farmers Market. So once a month, we go over there for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, and they have their farmers market. And this last month, last year they asked me to demonstrate some lavender food. And when was it? A couple weeks ago? I think the foam party started. Yay. I got to demonstrate this menu at Greenfield Village a couple weeks ago, so that was fun. All right, since our chicken's cooking, I'm gonna throw the shallot in there with it so it can cook. Ooh, steam. Okay, next up we have some white wine. I didn't even know they sold it like this. I had to go to the store to get it, and It's like a little, it's wine. So about a quarter cup or more, depending on what you want. Okay, we're gonna use a couple drops of lavender. It's the Where's Waldo of lavender. I gotta find it. All right, a couple more drops of this. Also, I didn't mention, but I do grinder lavender in a grinder when I'm using it directly in the recipe, which we're about to do. So I just put the buds straight in here, grind them up just like any other herb, because lavender is an herb. It's a cousin to rosemary and mint. And then it comes out with a fine powder. Something like that. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but and then you put it in, sprinkle it in whatever dish you're doing. If you mix, it's a fun science experiment, but if you mix lavender with citric acid, which is in lemon or orange, it turns it a pink or a purple. Without it, it's kind of gray, like if you're just using lavender on its own. But if you put it with the citric acid, so like our lavender lemonade at the farm is pink in color. We don't add any dyes to it because our lavender lemonade has 4 ingredients and that's it. So at our extravaganza tomorrow, we are going to have our lavender lemonade, all of our baked goods, lavender bread, lavender triple berry jam. The jam we don't put any sugar in because I figure if you can get away with it and not have it and still have good flavor, then why use the sugar? But I do put a little bit of monk fruit in it just to get it a little bit sweeter. But it's pretty much very low carb. We have a few diabetic patients that buy it from us because it's the only homemade jam that they can find that is not full of sugar. That's going to cook a little bit longer here, and then we will dump on this. Oh, we got to put our capers in. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. You don't have to listen to me at all. Just watch them. All right, I'm dumping the capers in there. And then at the end, we'll add fresh parsley, but I really want the chicken to cook some more, so we're gonna move on. And then once that cooks, we will add all this to it and then plate it up. Okay, next up, we have, oh yes, we have lavender honey butter. This is just my washing tub, so you don't get lemon juice in your honey butter. Because I only have one whisk. You'd think I'd have more than one. I forgot my garbage bowl. I usually have a garbage bowl here. Anybody watch Rachel Ray? Like, I learned how to cook from Alton Brown and Rachel Ray. That's how I learned how to cook. Food Network. Butter. So 2 weeks ago, I had to melt this in a pan, but I don't think I gotta do that today. It's pre-melted. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys have made honey butter on your own. It's literally butter with honey, and we're gonna add lavender.
No, butter.
I might put this on the burner just for a minute. All right, so I am gonna let it cook just for a minute because the honey is very sticky, but I like buying local honey, especially if you have seasonal allergies. It helps with that. it's better for your glycemic index than sugar. So lots of reasons to eat honey. Plus it's delicious. And we use it. Okay, turned it off. I'll whip it in the mixer. That's what that's called. With some turmeric and ginger powder. And in the morning, if I'm a little stuffy, it clears it right up. I take a little spoonful of that, honey and ginger and turmeric. It's awesome. So all about all natural as much as possible, right? Our bodies were made to heal themselves if we give it the right things. Okay, so I'm going to add a little essential oil to this. Again, just a couple drops. You don't want a whole lot. I think that 2 drops came out with one little smushy there. And if you want to add some pretty flecks of lavender in there, you can, but I think it tastes fine without it. This is our lavender white bread that we make. I cut it open this morning to make sure it was nice and spongy, but it's not a giant loaf, but I did use the lavender buds in this, so it does have the ground lavender in the bread, but it's delicious. So I'm going to cut these up. You get a little lavender butter on your bread. I always say bread's just there to hold the butter because the butter is delicious. All right, so you got lavender on your bread, in the bread, on the bread, in the butter, all the places. Anybody want one right now? You can take this one. You want it? Come get it. You're welcome. All right, and like I said, we'll get that plated up for you at the end. Okay, the chicken is cooking away. It's looking good. So I think now we can go ahead and add our sauce to it. So our recipe calls for chicken stock, but because we're gonna just deglaze the pan with our sauce, we don't really need to add chicken stock to it. But if you were using like a rotisserie chicken or pre-cooked chicken, you might want to add a little chicken stock to it to give it that flavor. You got to get all the good bits in there. Can't leave. I don't like wasting them. It's hard work cooking. You don't want to waste any of your efforts. All right, now we're just gonna let that kind of simmer, and once that reduces down a bit, the chicken will be all nice and cooked. And then we can cut it up and you can taste it. It's not a hard dish to make, but it is very delicious. And actually, I made it for the first time a few months ago before my daughter came home for college. And then she tasted it at Greenfield Village when we were there. And she was like, "Why didn't you make this for us?" And I'm like, "Well, I have, but you haven't been home." She goes to the University of Idaho, so she's out of town. All right, so our next thing we're gonna make is our lavender chocolate sauce. I'm running out of containers to use. We'll use this one. So anyways, if you come to the extravaganza tomorrow, we got a coffee cart coming, live music. Remind me, what else? Oh, painting by the lavender field. You can pick your own lavender in the field, take pictures. Is it shibui or shibori? Shibori, okay. It's Japanese natural dyeing. You can dye this purple indigo handkerchief thingy. It's like tie dyeing, but a Japanese technique. It's really fun. Huh? Our farm is, if you go straight down this road, Howell Street, about 3 miles, we're on Stinchfield Woods Road. I don't know if you know where that is, but we're on the right side, not the left side. So Stinchfield Woods, if you turn right, it goes to Silver Lake. That's the one we're on. We're in between Toma and Dexter Town Hall Road. And we will have a giant sign out tomorrow, so you can't miss it. Normally we have a little yard sign because that's what we're allowed to put out, but for the day of tomorrow we get to put out a big sign. So yay. Okay, so our chocolate sauce. Does anyone have a water bottle? Because I totally just forgot I needed water for my recipe. Yes, please. Okay, Nicole's gonna get me water. I just need a half cup. Thank you. Yay! I think I was supposed to divide my cleaning water and forgot because it's filtered, so. Oh, thank you. We got it, Nicole. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. I know this is not a liquid measuring cup. It's fine. We're gonna use it. So half cup of water. And this is our lavender sugar. So basically I grind up our lavender in our grinder. Notice I wrote lavender on it because I don't want anyone putting anything else in that grinder. And then I keep it in a container with my sugar. And this is our lavender sugar. That's already pre-measured. So we're just gonna kind of get this going. It calls for salt, but I don't like to salt things too much, especially my husband's not supposed to have salt right now, so I let people salt their own stuff. That way we don't get too much of it. And we're gonna use cocoa powder. I like this brand. It's Dutch processed. It's very rich, so you actually don't need a ton of it. Like this recipe calls for a half a cup. I'm gonna use a quarter cup. And then also we need a teaspoon and a half of vanilla. I had to bring my reading glasses. I'm getting older. All right. And that's it for your chocolate sauce, which is going to be yummy. Now, if you want to thicken this up, you can heat it up and let it boil, simmer for a while, and it'll get nice and thick. But for today, we're just going to drizzle it over our strawberries and, oh, we got to add lavender, right? I don't want to forget that. We're here for lavender. That one I'll use a little more because the chocolate kind of takes over on the flavor. And it's already thickening up. The cocoa powder kind of thickens it up anyways. You want to see it? So if you're on Facebook, is this live? Okay, yeah. You can watch it live and be here live. Our chicken's boiling away over here. It's looking good. Okay, it's all nice and even. It is runny, but that's good because we're gonna put it in a bottle, a squeeze bottle. So I've used this recipe and I put buds in it, and that's fine unless you're gonna try and use a squeeze bottle. The buds don't work so good because it clogs up the little nozzle. Let me grab a plate. I'm gonna cut up a strawberry for you, drizzle this over it, and then we'll start cutting up the chicken. Does anyone have any other questions about anything? Did I miss talking about anything? She keeps me in line, so. I don't write them down. I just kind of know them. I mean, I wrote down my notes, but I don't mind sharing on, I think there's a couple of recipes I put online. I'll have to look and see, but. Okay, Nicole said she'll post them on our Facebook, but then that means I have to write them out, so give me a little bit and I'll get that done. And now she's gonna bug me about it till I get it done, so.
Oh,
Yeah, email. Email, for sure. Yep, there's cards right there. All right, so there's our fresh strawberries, and we're gonna drizzle our chocolate sauce on it. It's still clogging a little bit. Again, with the whisk, I need to get more than one whisk, I think. There we go. All right, chocolate strawberries. Would you like to taste them? You guys want to taste the chocolate and strawberries? Yay! All right, so then our chicken is done, it looks like. Yep. I'm gonna cut it up, put it back in the pan, and let it soak up all that nice juice. Do we have any other questions going on? Anybody? Hi, Pat. Thank you to my friends and new friends for coming today. Thank you for joining us online, and we'll see you tomorrow at the extravaganza. All of our products will be for sale, including our baked goods. I don't make the baked goods all the time because they're a lot of work. I've been baking for 3 weeks for the extravaganza. I've made 450 cookies, and they're all hand rolled and cut. 18 loaves of white bread, 72 jars of jam. So I've been busy. Marshmallows, we make lavender marshmallows. Those will all be available tomorrow at the extravaganza.
and what is the time of the extravaganza?
It's from 11 to 4. So we have all kinds of stuff going on, like I said. There's a station to make your own lavender lemonade. So you get to make it yourself, which is fun. It's a fun activity. And then our cute little lavender shed is open. That's where we make all of our products. Not the baked goods though, I don't have an oven out there. We make all the Bath and Body products out there. So at Greenfield Village, they always give me like a sous chef, and they sit there and cut all this stuff up, and then I just hand them all the stuff. So I need a sous chef next time. I got chicken flying too. Did you see that? Did you guys even know that you could cook with lavender? A lot of people don't know that you can eat lavender, that it's an herb. Oh, you know who else will be there tomorrow? Is Main Street Floral, which is, Lauren doesn't own it anymore, but she used to, and she will be there also. So we will have some good plants and wreaths and that kind of thing going on. A few of our friends that sell things or have their own business are going to be there too. We used to make our own lip balm, but then my friend's kids started their own company called Laughter Lip Balm. And so I said, do you guys want to just make our lip balm for us and we'll pay you? And they were so excited. So yes, they will be there tomorrow as well. We buy their lavender, obviously, lip balm. It's the same ingredients that we use. So we like supporting them. And then also I don't have to make it. But it's the same exact thing. They use our doTERRA essential oils and they make their lip balm. And they'll be there tomorrow. I don't know if you guys know the coffee guy that on Mauer, the silo on Mauer Coffee. He'll be there selling coffee. And then we also have a coffee truck, Charlotte Coffee coming. So there'll be lavender coffee there tomorrow. And you can get it iced because it's going to be very hot. And who else is coming? I'm trying to remember who else is coming tomorrow. There's a couple other friends coming with their stuff to sell. All right, if there's no more questions, I'm just gonna, you can see the chicken. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just lemon, caper, chicken, but it's delicious. I'm gonna keep cutting this up and then I'll put plates across the front here and you guys can come grab them, all right? Anything else? Okay. Thank you guys for coming out. What? The extravaganza? Oh, they know. We've been talking about it the whole time. You're not paying attention. Just kidding.
So thank you so much, Regina from Hamlett Lavender Farm. This was our first ever cooking demonstration at Food Truck Fridays, and thank you for doing that. So coming up, it's nearing 3 o'clock. We've got a couple more foam parties for the kids on our entertainment schedule. We've got all of these great business booths. Davy Tree is over there. They're going to be coming up in just a little bit to tell us what they're doing in their booth. And they've got a planning station for kids and different things. You want to come up now and talk? Okay, so they'll be up in a little bit. I wanted to thank Davy as one of our sponsors. Also, Pinckney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram right down the road from here, and Explorer Brighton Howell that does all of the entertainment and visitors information for everybody coming into Livingston County. And thank you all for being here today. Enjoy the rest of your day. We've got the Magic Bus. You see them setting up here. They'll be performing from 5 to 8 as our headliner band.
Oh, good.